In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some bows out of paper, just like these two here. There will be cutting involved. I'll use this box cutter, but you guys could use scissors or whatever you have available. We're going to start by making a square base with the white side out, which means we'll take this square sheet of paper and fold it in half to make a rectangle. After creasing that, unfold, and then we'll fold it in half again to make a rectangle from the other direction. Now we'll unfold, and this time we'll fold it in half to make a triangle. Okay, we'll give that a good crease, unfold, and make another triangle by folding it in half. Over this time, we're going to have the color side show. So fold in half this way. Okay, good crease there, and now we're going to unfold this and pop up in the center. And now we'll use all those guidelines to pinch the sides in and fold it flat into a square. Or from this angle, it kind of looks like a diamond. And that's our square base. Now we'll take this top point where it's closed and fold it down about a centimeter along the middle axis here. As you guessed, give that a good strong crease, and we'll flip it and crease it from the other side. With this crease, we're making guidelines for a sink fold that we're going to do. So that means we'll need to open this up and unfold everything temporarily, and you'll see that we've created a square in the center of this piece. And we're just going to poke that square in and then refold this into the square base. If you've made good creases, you should have nice guidelines to help you through the process. Okay, so we've taken care of the sink fold, and we can lay this flat again. Now we're going to take this top edge and fold it in towards the middle like so. Okay, so this is the first edge, and we're going to do the same with the edge on the other side here. Fold it down towards the middle, and then we'll flip this over and do the same with the other two edges. So all four edges are folded down towards the middle. Okay, now that we've got those edges folded down, we're going to take this and gently open it up from the center. If we do this, you'll need to encourage this to fold flat, and you'll notice this center piece, this little square here, needs to also be encouraged to fold flat. If you've done this right, you should see 4 squares or diamonds and a tiny little square in the center, and it's going to look like 2 of the squares are on top of the other 2 squares. And now I'm going to use my box cutter to cut away the squares on top from the squares on bottom. So take a look at what I'm doing here. I'm going to take this edge and just slice it. Again, if you have a pair of scissors, you could do the same, but I think it's a little bit easier if you have a box cutter or maybe an X-Acto knife. Okay, that's my first cut, and I'll do the same on this side, and then twice more to separate these squares on top from the squares on bottom. Now with those cuts made, I'm going to flip this over to expose the white side and take this flap here and fold it down along the center edge. Now we're going to take the top point of this flap on the right and fold it down to the center axis. And now we'll do the same thing with the bottom point. You may need to move the flap here and just fold that up towards the center. Try to do your best to make sure the edges are flush together and that no white space shows in the middle. Okay, that's done, and you might have guessed we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, if we flip this over and look at it from the front, you can probably start to see the shape of a bow. Alrighty, we're going to do another cut along the center axis here, and we need to make sure that we cut through both sheets of paper. Again, you can use a pair of scissors, but in this case I'm going to use this box cutter. Just cut straight down the middle. And let's flip this over, and now we're going to take these edges and fold them in towards the center, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly to the center. We'll do the same with this top edge, fold it in towards the center. And as I'm sure you've guessed, we'll do the same with the other side. Okay, let's flip this over one last time, and we're really close to done. I'm going to use my box cutter one last time to cut little tails into my ribbon here. And finally, I'm going to take this point here and fold it under the square that's in the middle. I'm just going to wrap it around my finger a little bit to give it some shape and tuck that tip right in there. We'll do the exact same thing on the other side. And there's our paper bow. You can attach some double-sided tape to the back of it and slap it on a present or a card or something like that. Enjoy.